my name's Jyoti Patel, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the Cardiovascular Research Onlife interview with Professor Lina Badimon. Professor Lina Badimon is the Director of the Cardiovascular Research Centre in Barcelona and also the past chairperson of the Council of the Basic Cardiovascular Sciences. So, Professor Badimon, thank you for agreeing to share your thoughts with us today. So firstly, could you give us a brief overview of the Cardiovascular Basic Council, and then maybe give us some accomplishments of the Council since it was first established?
I think the Council was a great initiative. It has been running for 15 years now. And at the beginning, it was not easy to convince the ESC board of the time of the need of having a council on basic science, but immediately they react to our plans of saying, well, we want to have an area of people that is interested in basic science or translational science to have the opportunity to meet together. So, as I say, it was fast, and then it was recognized that it was a niche for us within the ESC, and the council was formed. And initially we wrote to all the other bodies of ESC, working groups and associations, to see if they want to send a person, a representative of their activities in the council, and they did. So it was really something that we got with a lot of passion, you know. We wanted to start a new thing and wanted this thing to be successful. So indeed we have done different things. We had created a summer school that I think is very successful. We have really to limit the number of participants. We have always more applications at the spaces we have. And we have created Frontiers of Cardiovascular Biology, this meeting that really gets to have all young people together, young people working in different departments of cardiology, but not only cardiology, also from sister societies that are also part of the council. And indeed, this was the other achievement that we had, because we have within the council representatives from societies, European societies that are working also in cardiovascular research areas, different areas. So this concept of having a common mission and putting all these people together within the council, I think was a successful idea. We have many grants. I would like to have more, so I should remove the many. We have some. We have some grants, and we have awards for career awards, and we have this mobility travel like small grants for people to go to visit other laboratories where they maybe would like to have a postdoc or any type of scientific relation. So all the idea behind these initiatives is to mobilize the people in Europe to be able to get together. And if we succeed in this, that I think we're starting to succeed, we will have the future very much well equipped for these young people to ask for money in cooperative grants to European community and have a scientific relation that is really much better than the one I had when I was young, that I had to look for everything by myself. So this is the accomplishment, I think, of the council in different areas, but I think we have been really successful in achieving what we wanted. Now the board likes us very much. The board of the ESC respects our contribution to even to the general meeting, to the annual meeting, because the annual meeting also has benefited from our activity. I think it's an international vision of ESC that says that ESC is improving in basic science, even in the big meeting. So I think in general we have to do more. We don't have to stop ever. But I think if you look back, we look back with a little bit of joy, because we have done good things, I believe.
And you mentioned sort of the funding aspect. At different stages of researchers' career, what things might the CBCS help to support? So from PhD to postdoc to junior group leader.
Yeah, well, as you know, we are not a foundation. The ESC is not a foundation, as the American Heart is. The American Heart Association is a foundation in addition to being a scientific society. So therefore, the ESC cannot have the resources to really give grants for research. This is something we cannot think about at present. I don't know if the future will change in general, but the ESC is more a scientific society, so we get funding from ESC for initiatives that are trying to mobilize people. And also a little bit, I mean, it's the career, the outstanding career award, because we wanted also to signal people who have contributed to cardiology from the basic science. So because this was a novelty, you know, 15 years ago, the ESC was mainly clinical. So in these 15 years, we have changed a little bit the brains of everybody. I mean, they are thinking now that really we are important for the future of cardiology. And that's why we have got this funding for not so good grants. I mean, you know very well what they are. But nevertheless, they are grants that we use to mobilize the young fellows. Initially, it was only for MDs, but also the accomplishment of this council has been that PhDs can also apply. And indeed, they are getting travel grants, and they are getting this mobility. The first contact initiative grant is the name of this mobility. So I think that we will not be able to give big grants for research, if this is what you were asking. So when a scientist is already more or less with a position, a staff position, the money has to be looked for in Europe, in other sources, or at the national level. But so far, the society, the ESC, doesn't have the resources to do that.
And finally, what do you think is the future of the Council and the ESC? Yeah,
well, we have been looking into that, because I think the best way to survive is to renew, to renew the activities, to renew the people, to renew also the what we want, what we expect from the Council. I think we had a strategy meeting 2 days ago here in Vienna, in the premises, and really we are trying to see what can we do to be even better, to do things better, to be of help for the young communities. And I think that we have to come with some ideas. We're going to be working during this year while we prepare the Budapest meeting. We have a group of let's say, senior participants in the Council that know the history of the Council, to be able to bring new formulas to keep doing better. For example, we are thinking how to improve frontiers. We are thinking what to do with Scientists of Tomorrow. You know very well, because you are one of them, Scientists of Tomorrow was an idea of the Council, and it came out of the Council. And Scientists of Tomorrow has been an initiative that has been a success, because you have been working a lot, all the Scientists of Tomorrow, the nucleus of the Scientists of Tomorrow, since the very beginning, took this idea as their own, I mean, every single one. And you have done a marvelous job. We are very satisfied with that. And also now, I think that the future should really try to implement this concept of Scientists of Tomorrow in the national societies. I think it will be very good, because it will give a higher profile to the Scientists of Tomorrow. Also, it has a double mission, because then the national societies will be stimulated also to promote research, seeing what ESC is doing. So it's a double head. As you know, I am the Vice President of European Society of Cardiology, and I want to really also have initiatives that will change the profile of the society as a whole. And I think this national society relation should be improved in the future. And then I think that you have the Scientists of Tomorrow should really get linked to the Cardiologists of Tomorrow, if we really want to accomplish this initiative of having clinician scientists that understand science very well and promote PhDs within the teams. So thinking that in the future, Europe will gain a lot of power also with people who is very brainy and has the resources to apply for grants, for all these possibilities for funding that they are even in private hands. I mean, there are good grants now that groups of scientists and clinicians can apply for. So I think we will move towards improving the meeting also. And with summer school, we think we will have to follow it as we have done. But nevertheless, the program of the school also will have to change and adapt to the new times. So there are a few things we want to do. We want to do them well. and always thinking that we have to be working for the young generations. I think the Council's strength is this.
So thank you, Professor Badimon, for agreeing to do this interview, and thank you for listening to this interview.